Fran, welcome to the THQ podcast.
Thank you.
So why I wanted to get you on, obviously, because your results, I've really been amazed by the results that you've got. But it's sort of your transition of like your view on fitness as well as why I wanted to get you on as well, I think is quite important for a lot of people to understand. So tell us a little bit about yourself, but also tell us why you took, I know you was thinking about joining for a long time, but I think it's a very good thing. I don't think people should just join off the whim. I think they should join when they're ready. So in my experience, the people who've got the best results are the people that have sort of approached us, but they're not committed, and then think, right, no, it's right for me, I'm going to do it this time, and then they really do get the best results. So tell us a little bit about
that. Okay, well, I have got 3 children. They're 5, 7 and 10. I'm on my own with them quite a lot because my other half works away for half the time. I work full time, so I'm really busy. I also enjoy running as well, so I already had that as like a key fitness thing. I've been running for 2.5 years. So I was aware that I needed to do something else. I was aware that running wasn't doing everything for me. And obviously I read a lot on running magazines, and they say that strength training is fantastic for preventing injury and getting faster and stronger. I was worried though that I couldn't commit to THQ and commit to the 3 sessions a week. I was also worried because I don't have loads of time. If I did commit to that, how would that impact on my running? I wouldn't be able to run as often. Would I get slower? Would it negatively impact upon that? A
little bit of a fear of how it's going to actually affect something that you've been working.
Yeah. Because I do love my running, and also I have to admit that I'm not a naturally strong person as well. So I have done a bit of strength training elsewhere, and I didn't enjoy it at all. So it kind of put me off, and it's probably my own preconceptions of feeling a bit inadequate, and a bit inferior. And that I was kind of weighing that up as well. So
how is THQ's weight training different to what you've done in the past? How is it?
I think it's just so supportive. It's really supportive. The other team members are really supportive. The trainers are massively supportive. And if you go in here and you can't lift massively heavy, it's not a problem. You do it. It's your goals. Some people lift really heavy. Some people can't, like me. But you see yourself working up really quickly. So it's that encouragement, I think, that is the difference. To feel like I can do it.
So how long have you been running before, and how has weight training then sort of improved your running, and how has it sort of supported alongside what you've been doing, like weight training and running? How's it?
So I've been running about 2.5 years. I did go to other gyms and do kettle size and circuit training things. It wasn't detrimental to my running at all, but I didn't at the same time see an improvement. That was another thing that made me think, maybe THQ, maybe this is the time. I need something to push me on to the next level. When I started here, I saw improvements pretty much straight away within weeks. I just felt so much stronger running. I've had no injury, touch wood. And I think that the strength training definitely helps towards that. My distances, my endurance just is so much better. If I used to run 9 miles or more before, I used to reach 9 miles, feel exhausted. Now I don't feel that at all. I just push on through, just keep pushing on through. And I've got no doubt that it's the strength training here that has helped that. And it's not just in my legs. So as a runner, you have to have a strong core to keep you upright. When I'm starting to get tired, runners tend to kind of slouch a bit. That has improved. My arms kind of pushing through when I'm getting tired as well. It's just helped all over.
Brilliant. So what results have you got then? Tell us how much weight. I mean, you didn't have a lot of weight to lose. You just wanted to change your body shape a little bit more. So how has that changed since joining THQ? So
I lost about half a stone, and like you say, that wasn't one of my major goals. But another thing, I was really surprised and impressed with how my body shape changed. I was really coming here to help with my running, to help improve my speed and my stamina. But within no time at all, my body was changing. I was toning up in places where I wasn't even unhappy with. I started on the 6-week meltdown, and in those 6 weeks, I was looking at myself and seeing changes. My arms were becoming more defined. My legs were becoming more defined. My core was becoming more defined. I was just looking all round much better. And even though I didn't think I had weight to lose, when I did lose that half a stone, I was really pleased with it. Really
so
pleased.
What I am going to do for the video is I'm going to put a picture of your results, because actually, the picture looks, mate, half stone doesn't look a lot, but when you see the results, it has a massive impact. So what sort of I thought was quite fascinating was when you'd done your shoot, your perception on what you actually wanted to achieve changed. So even though obviously you're enjoying to improve your running, and running's not something that you don't like anymore, you still continue to do it, and you still got that love for it. But obviously your perception of what weight training can actually do for you, for your body shape and your goal, and how's that. And I think that's good, because then people can give that, they can give that two different sides of fitness, and you can still do something you've always loved, but then you follow a different path and it keeps you motivated as well. So
definitely.
And how you notice like lots of physical body shape changes with weight training.
Yes.
And how's your perception of that? Like what's your next 6 months entail, and what was like?
Well, I think I remember saying to you that when I started here, I did this as a means to an end, just to improve my running. And then as the weeks went on, this is an end in itself, because yes, it has improved my running massively, but I also love feeling stronger, feeling more energized. I love looking as good as I did before I had children, which I didn't think that would happen so quickly. So now going forward, I do still run, I do still want to do that, but I want to get stronger as well. So I want to get stronger from my running, but I also want to get stronger just because I want to get stronger, because I enjoy it so much, and because I enjoy feeling better, feeling more energized, and looking in the mirror and thinking, I look strong, I look healthy. So that is really where I'm going forward from here.
Brilliant. And I think you're a shining example that you can follow two goals. You can follow like sort of a cardio goal, is right, I want to get fit, I want to pursue something like that. But you can also pursue something with your body shape goals, and you can tie them alongside. It doesn't have to be one or the other.
Absolutely
and I think, would you say that was probably sort of your sort of worry about joining before, because you thought you would have had to commit to one or the other rather than actually being able to follow
Definitely. I thought that my running might suffer because of it. I thought because of the time. I mean, I don't run as much now as I did because I am spending more time in the gym. My running has not suffered at all. In fact, it's improved. And I did think that. I also thought there was a bit of worried that I'd get too bulky, and that would affect my running. But it's not happened at all. No. I've got leaner and stronger. So the two can definitely go hand in hand. You know, it can help me follow my fitness goals and look good at the same time. So
Brilliant. So you just for everybody listening and watching, could you talk through the THQ process? So how's like when you start on the 6 weeks, how did your habit? What did you do in that 6 weeks, and then how did your habits change as you did the shoot and progress? And just how did that, alongside everything else that you were doing, your family and your running, everything really? How did it all tie in?
Well, I first started on the 6 week shoot because I thought, okay, we'll do the 6 weeks and see how we go. So it wasn't. I didn't feel like I was being tied in. The habits, you change the basic habits at the start for the 6 weeks. How you eat your meals, what you eat, which was really important to me as well, because even though I was quite lean, I wasn't wanting to lose weight, I wanted to fuel my body. I know that food is a fuel, and that was laid down from the start. So I began to get a real understanding of what I should eat to fuel my body and to get the best performance here and running. So I started off doing 3 sessions a week. I'm still doing my running at the same time. Still had quite a few races and longer races like half marathons, so they tied in together. I was worried about it fitting in with working and children, but I needn't have been, because the sessions are 45 minutes each. The really convenient times of the day, can either come in early or late, obviously. So that's slotted in really, really well to my lifestyle. And then at the end of the 6 weeks, by that time I'd seen such a dramatic change. I thought, right, this is it. I'm in this for the long term. So that's when I wanted to do the 12-week shoot.
I had a question actually, and that sort of reminded me. Someone asked me a question saying, how do you tie in THQ nutrition, obviously just trying to improve your body shape, alongside a sport, so like running, football, rugby or something like that? How did you find, so obviously when you come into THQ, we hold our hands up and we don't say that we're experts at everything, we just like experts at making you look better. That's our goal. So we're not like sport specific in running or football or anything like that. So how did you find the advice that we give give you when it becomes to body composition, and then also leading that to your running. What my answer was on the question, and you'll be able to tell me if I'm right or wrong, because obviously I just follow something that's just weight training, just for body composition. I don't do another sport. But my answer to the question was that is if you get your basic habits and if you sit down and eat decent quality food, if you're adding in anything else, any other sport specific, then if you just added in an extra quality meal on them days, that would be enough to suffice what we're asking you to do and performance. But what would you say to that?
I would definitely say that. I mean, I think you say that you're not kind of sport specific, but you've been so helpful to me with my running. And when I did the 12-week shoot, obviously we're told, you know, we have to stick to healthy foods and there's certain things we have to eat. If ever I had a query, I could ask you what to do. To be honest, what I ate for the shoot complemented my running 100%. The only thing I would do maybe is eat a few more carbs and just adjust it that way when I was running. But the nutrition side really, really complements the other sports side of the running. And I would disagree and say this is not just for aesthetics. This is definitely, you know, for strength, for sport, you know, to complement any other sport. Absolutely. So the nutrition, it really slotted in well. The guidance you gave me was absolutely spot on. Losing the weight helped with my running as well, even though it wasn't much, it got me faster. And the carbs were just completely balanced. Like I say, just up those a little bit if I needed to go, if I was doing a half marathon or something. But if I was doing a shorter run, I was absolutely fine.
Brilliant. No, that's absolutely spot on. So just before we finish, what would you say to anybody that's thinking about joining? Again, like I thought the way you joined was the perfect way to join it. You wasn't ready to join straight away. And then when you was ready, what would your advice be to anybody else that's thinking of starting?
This is a tricky one because I'm going to sound like I'm contradicting myself a little bit. And I don't believe in having regrets at all. But if I could talk to myself a couple of years ago, I'd say join them. All the doubts that I had were just completely blown out of the water within those first 6 weeks. My worries about how it would affect my running, how I would fit it into my busy lifestyle, the fact that I didn't feel that I could strength train, all of those were just knocked out of the water straight away. So I kind of wished I'd have joined earlier. You do have to be committed, but it's an achievable commitment. It's nothing that anyone can do it. You know, I've got a full-time job, small children, I run as well, and I still fit it in. It's 3 times a week, 45 minutes a time. It's really doable. So I would say to anyone, don't faff around as long as I did, just do it.
Brilliant. Thank you very much. Yeah, thanks for coming in. And I think you've answered everything spot on. And I think you're going to help a lot of people who listen to this anyway. So yeah, you will. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thanks, Carl.